Hey guys, Brightcat here, and today I want to talk to you about commissions, specifically how to handle the customer service aspect. There's plenty of stories about bad experiences on both the customer and artist sides. When talking to clients I've heard how they've ended up waiting months or even years to get their final piece, which is absolutely mind-boggling. And I've heard from artists that they've been taken advantage of by people or haven't gotten paid. So here's 8 tips to keep in mind when taking art commissions. Tip number 1, have a clearly defined terms of service and project timeline. This lets your customer know what to expect from you. Do you only draw safer work? Do you require some sort of payment beforehand? Pro tip, you should. Do you have anything you won't draw? Lay it all out. This helps to prevent any confusion later on. Give a time frame on when the customer can expect their work to be done. I typically only have drawing time on the weekends since I work full time, and I tell my customers this. So I say it'll be done in 1 to 3 weeks. This is also influenced by how long it may take for the customer to respond to updates. Tip number 2, when communicating with the client, always be professional and courteous. Use proper grammar and spelling, and there's no reason not to with spell check. You're providing a service. Pretend that you're talking to a customer who's walked into your shop. You can have a casual way of speaking, that's fine, but make sure what you're typing is easy to read. Tip number 3, always keep your customer in the loop on their piece and give them regular updates. This is especially important for big projects that may take a long time to complete. That way the customer is assured that you haven't forgotten about them. It also gives the customer an opportunity to tell you if they would like any changes early on in the process. Ask for clarification if there's something you're not sure about. It can be frustrating guessing and getting it wrong and then having to turn around and fix it. Use visual aids if you have to. Sometimes I'll take a screenshot of the artwork and do a quick mock-up to see if what my thinking aligns with what they want. Now, tip number 4. This one might sting a bit, but the customer is always right in all matters of taste. You have to set your artistic ego and preference aside. What your customer wants is what they want, within reason, of course. But if you've already outlined what you're willing or not willing to draw in your terms, this shouldn't really be an issue. If you think a character is ugly, suck it up. Let them pick whatever colors and characters they like. However, if you feel like your client is starting to take advantage of you, inflating the scope of the project without extra pay, or is being unreasonable in some way, you can say no. If the project isn't going to work out, offer a partial refund and gracefully bow out. At the end of the day, a business can turn down a client or refuse to take further work from them. Tip number 5. If for any reason you can't complete the work in a reasonable amount of time, like you're sick, or your mental health has gone down, or you're caring for a sick family member, etc., kindly let the customer know and offer a refund. Life happens. Just be honest about it. Don't string people along, because when you sour too many relationships, word can start to spread about how you're not a reliable artist to commission. It's very easy to have an irate customer spread nasty reviews about you online these days. And no one wants to wait months and months and months for something that should have only taken you a weekend to do. And which kind of leads me to my next point. Tip number 6 is to be very clear about your wait times. If you've been blessed with multiple customers at the same time, make sure you tell them when you're able to get started. I have found that people generally are not upset about waiting another week or 2 if it comes to that. If they're coming to you with a rush order or a tight deadline, you may have to turn them away if it will interfere too much with the other work you have to do. Be very aware of your own time habits and how long it takes for you to complete a picture. Don't take on more than you can handle at any one time. A simple, "Hey, I've got several customers ahead of you. I'm willing to take on the piece, but it might be some time before I can start," is all you need to say. Tip number 7 is hash out all the details before you get payment. Be very thorough when talking to your customers, especially first-time buyers. Be clear on what they want and if you'll be able to deliver in a reasonable amount of time. Nothing is worse than taking on a bigger project than you anticipated and getting overwhelmed. If the customer isn't sure how big a project will be, then break it down into smaller chunks. For example, I have a client that I'm drawing a comic for. Since the final page count hasn't been determined, we decided to go with a page-by-page payment plan. That way, it's a much smaller cost for them up front and much easier for me to complete little bits at a time. Ask for any reference material or as thorough a description as they can provide. Don't be afraid to find pictures that are similar to what they're thinking and show it to them if they don't have any reference pictures. Like, do you want something like this, or do you want something like that? And my last tip number 8, if you have a customer that is constantly trying to haggle or get a deal out of you, don't be afraid to say no. Unless you're offering very cheap and easy to produce art, like bad MS Paint drawings or something like that, don't undersell and undervalue your art. One thing people commonly do to attract customers is to undercharge by a huge amount. But unfortunately, all that does is attract cheap customers who will just lowball you. If you're an inexperienced artist, it can be hard to figure out how to fairly price your work. For that, I recommend asking in art discords or other communities for feedback. I would even investigate industry prices and compare your work to what professionals get paid for their level of skill. So yeah, that's all I got for now. Good luck with your art and take care till next time. Later.